learners, welcome to this session. As we have discussed in the previous session, every tribal society in India is very rich in terms of their tribal language, culture, as well as their art forms, which are not only vibrant but also conventional. Tribal language, culture, and art generally reflect the creative energy found in the tribal areas among the tribal people. In the previous session, I provided information about tribal languages and tribal art, and I have also discussed the tribal culture in northern region of India. In this session, I will start with tribal culture in central India. As it is not possible to cover each and every tribe, I will provide information on the culture of selected tribes in Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Orissa, Bihar, and West Bengal. Let us start with major tribes of Madhya Pradesh. The Bhaina tribe is one of the most ancient tribes which has resided mainly in the forest areas of Madhya Pradesh. Bharia tribe is found in the Patalkot valley and its adjoining areas in this state. The people of this tribal community are known for their usage of medicinal plants to treat different kinds of diseases. The costumes of Binjwar tribe community deserve appraisal, and the people of this group are adept in making jewelry from cane, grass, or beads. The Gond tribes celebrate most festive occasions with song and dance. In some instances, such as with the Dandari dancers, dancers retell events from the Gond mythology. Gonds have a rich arts tradition that includes pottery, basket making, body tattooing, and floor painting. They paint designs in red and black on the walls of their houses. These drawings often celebrate festivals and depict animals, birds, human figures, hunting, and dancing. Gonds make musical instruments. They carve memorial pillars in wood and stone for their dead. They often decorate houses with carved doors and panels. Sometimes the tribes also use silver as a metal. The other known and important tribe in this state is the Kavar tribe, and they are thought to have descended from the family line of the Kaurava rulers. The Kauravas were the religious characters in the book of Mahabharata who fought with the Pandavas. Another tribal group of this state is the Kharvar tribe. They fall into the Dravidian family group. It is believed that they are also in the family line of Suryavanshi Rajputs. A multitude of Kolam tribe, also identified as Kolamboli, Kulme, and Kolmi, has settled down in every corner of the state of Madhya Pradesh. They were workers as priests in the villages of Madhya Pradesh. Their main form of occupation was food collection through farming. Another tribe which constitutes the line of tribal families in Madhya Pradesh is the Majhi tribe, who make boats in order to sustain their livelihood. Their facial features and physical appearance is similar to the Mongoloid tribes, and they practice the Tantric religion. It is a form of witchcraft in the Hindu religion. The Majwa tribe celebrates various colorful festivals throughout the year in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Another is the Meena tribe, which has settled down in various places of the region and also has got an inheritance of festivals, fairs, dancing, and singing. Other major tribes of Madhya Pradesh are the Pao tribes and the Saharia tribes who engage in the beliefs of Hinduism. Their main deity is Lord Vishnu. They celebrate all the Hindu festivities, mouth-watering dishes, multitude festivals, as well as variety of religious exercises are what comprise the rituals and culture of the Saharia tribes. The society of this tribe is divided in several subgroups. The Kols of Jabalpur Rewa region, after whom the Munda speaking tribes, the Hos and the Santals were formerly called Kolarians, provide a specimen of a group which in days gone by had a culture similar to the culture of Hos and Santals, who inhabit very restricted and confined areas. The Kols make excellent workers and formed the bulk of cheap labor in many industrial centers. They are more adaptable to changes and more accommodating and better inclined towards improving their living conditions. Mainly at the time of festivals and other joyful social occasions, the tribes of Madhya Pradesh deck up in quite colorful dresses. Ornaments worn by the tribal women also add to their glamour and beauty. With the building up of tempo, spectators start to join spontaneously. Every year, the tribal groups celebrate variety of festivals with lots of merrymaking, dancing and singing. Exquisite dresses, both for males and females, have become the style statement of these tribes. The tribes of Madhya Pradesh have thus maintained their unique characteristics and have preserved their traditions even if they have been or are being exposed to a great extent to the influences of other cultures. They have succeeded in preserving their own separate identity with time. Fairs and festivals form the basis of the tribes of Madhya Pradesh. The fairs of the tribes of Madhya Pradesh display a colorful spectacle with celebration by the entire community. The fairs, which in the Hindi language are called Mela, fill the whole of Madhya Pradesh with color and joy during the festivities. Dancing and singing are not limited to a selected few. Let us now learn about the tribes in Gujarat. There are over 6 million Adivasis or tribal people in Gujarat. They mainly inhabit the terrain adjoining the Aravalis. The Adivasis consist of numerous different tribal groups, the term Adivasi meaning original inhabitants. Tribals such as the Siddhis, Rabari tribe, Padhar tribe, Mers and Bharwars live in the coastal Saurashtra districts of Junagadh, Jamnagar and Kutch. They work as casual laborers, cattle breeders and find employment in the ports. The Siddhis are known to have come to India from East Africa and they have a distinct feature similar to that of the Negroids. The Australoid Adivasis, who have Australoid features, live in two different regions. One group lives in the river valleys of the Surar, Broch and Balsar districts and are known as the Voknas, Varlis and Gambits. They have Konkan features. The other group lives in the hill tracts along the state's eastern border and comprise of the Bhil Garasias, Dungri Bhils, Ratwas, Naikas, Dangi Bhils and others. In the plains of the Surat, Broch and Balsar districts, there are also other tribals such as the Dhodiyas who might have migrated from the Dhulia region of Maharashtra. The festival of light, Diwali, has also been adopted by the Hindus, which was originally the festival of the aborigines. It is also believed that the Hindu religion borrowed the worship of Lord Shiva and Parvati from the Adivasis of Gujarat. The tribes of Gujarat are engaged in different occupations. In olden days, the Bhils depended on the slash and burn cultivation system, under which they cleared thick forests by cutting trees or burning them, and cultivated crops in this land for a few years until the natural fertility of the soil was exhausted. They then moved on to new forests, leaving the land fallow for it to recover its fertility. Their occupation was hunting, forest remains, and fishing. Most of the Adivasis depend on agriculture, either as landowners or as farm workers. The social setup of the tribes in Gujarat is quite different from that of a usual Hindu community. The women in these communities have more freedom than their Hindu counterparts in matters of marriage, divorce, and remarriage. Besides this, the customs and lifestyle of the tribes vary as well. The colorful costumes of the tribal people of Gujarat add charm to the onlooker. The tribes of Gujarat also enjoy various festivals and celebrate fairs, festivals with much gaiety and joy. As regards to the culture of the tribals of Gujarat, dance with all its intricacies is a salient feature of the social expansion of the tribal communities. It constitutes an important part of ceremonies connected with marriage, harvesting, and funeral rites. The aesthetic awareness is also revealed in their personal adornments and belongings. The cult of the token is an important feature in the tribal culture, which has conditioned the life and thought of the people and their arts and crafts. Totems are propitiated through ritual and magic. Among the arts and crafts of the tribal communities of Gujarat, the most interesting are textiles, wood and ivory carving, horn, bamboo, and cane work, and making of a variety of archetypal bronze used for ritual and domestic purposes. Jharkhand, that is also geographically named the Chotanagpur Plateau, is predominantly a tribal belt. The principal tribes found in Chotanagpur are the Oraons, the Mundas, the Khariyas, the Hos, the Birhors, and the Santhals. Besides them, there are also small tribes such as the Asurs, Kisans, and the Chiros, the Kharwars, the Birijas, and the Rautias, the Gonds, the Rajwars, the Mahalis, the Sabars, the Karmalis, and a few major minor tribes. The highest concentration of tribal population is found in Simdega, while the lowest is in Kodarma district. The traditional dress of a tribal young man is a narrow piece of loincloth. Besides wearing loincloth on special occasions or on going out on journeys, most of the tribal also use cloth as a wrapper for the upper part of their body. Besides the dress and ornaments, tattooing is also a common mode of personal decoration. During festivals, Santhal dance is a very popular folk dance of Jharkhand. The main attraction of the Santhal dance in Jharkhand is the colorful costumes worn by the tribal people. Since the Santhals are believed to be close to nature, they use natural things such as leaves, branches, and flowers to do their makeup and design their clothes. In the Birhor tribe, the common festivals are Karma, Nayakhoi, Diwali, Makar Sankranti, Holi, Sarhul. The religious leader of the society is called Naya, and he is assisted by Kotwar or Dignar. The tribes of Orissa form a major portion of the total population of the state. All the districts of the state possess a tribal population. However, the districts of Raigada, Koraput, Malkangiri, Narangpur, and Kalahandi have more than 50% as the tribal population, while some of the other districts like Raigad, Kalahandi, Koraput, Malkangiri, and Narangpur hold a small number of tribals. There are few tribes who are in a better economic condition, whereas several other tribes of Orissa spend a totally secluded life. In Orissa state, different tribes possess different tradition, culture, language, and rituals. The tribal people in Orissa follow a large number of festivals, including birth ceremony, harvesting, marriage, sowing, etc., with their tribal dances and songs. In such festivals, one of the most important ways of rejoicing is the consumption of mahua liquor. Their local and tribal deities are worshipped by sacrificing animals. The tribal people are superstitious and they take the ojha of their community seriously to get rid of evil spirits. The well known festivals of the tribes of Orissa are Push Parab and Chaita Parab. In this festive day, all able tribal men of the village set out for a hunting expedition. One of the most important things in the costumes of the tribal people of Orissa is metal jewelry. Most of the jewelry is made of aluminium and brass. Tattooing is practiced among the people of the tribal groups. Women wear long clothes, scarves, and jewelry to adorn themselves. In Maharashtra, although tribal population is mainly concentrated in 14 districts, it is spread over in almost all the districts. According to 2011 census, the tribal population of the state, the concentration of tribals are comparatively more in the districts of Chandrapur, Thane, Nasik, Dhule, Nandurbar and Yavatmal. The principal tribes are Bhil, Mahadev Koli, Gond, Warli, Kokna, Kohni, Katkari, Korku, Kolam, Gamit, Thakar, Pardhi, Andh, Malhar Koli, Pardhan, Dhanka, Dhor Koli, etc. Social and cultural life of tribals in Maharashtra have survived since time immemorial because of higher degree of solidarity, respect for traditions and customs, meanings associated with social actions, less importance to money, and a very high degree of sense of sharing, which is still prevailing amongst them, binds them together. Tribes of Goa form an integral part of the rich cultural heritage of the state. Tribal communities of Goa have managed to retain their ancient and indigenous ways of life and traditional practices, customs, and way of living. The chief tribes of this smallest state of India are Gaudas tribe, Kunbi tribe, and Hungars. Like some other states of India, Goa too was invaded by the Aryans. Some of the tribes of Goa are considered as the original settlers of Konkan region, much before the invasion of the Dravidians. There are no concrete records regarding the origin or how they have migrated to Goa. Goa has the lowest proportion of scheduled tribes. Gauda's tribe is the largest tribal group inhabiting the interior villages of this state. In their society, women enjoy a high status and rights. Further, they also play a prominent role in the economic matters. The major tribal communities of Goa live in isolated villages. Their indigenous lifestyles, traditions, ceremonies, customs, religious beliefs, practices, and superstitions form a significant part of the culture of the state. The tribes of Goa differ from one another in terms of dress pattern, rituals, and customs. The region of Goa being a very important aspect of colonization, the tribes in Goa do share an element of the colonial powers. Besides the English form of Protestant Christianity, which was prevalent during the centuries of colonization, the tribes in Goa had to adapt also to the different French, Portuguese, and Dutch colonial settlements. Since though during those times there were a lot of intercultural marriages, the tribes in Goa can be considered to have one of the most diverse cultures in the Indian subcontinent. In Bihar, Oraon, Kharwar, Gond, and Tharu are the other largest tribes. The other tribes are Santhal, Oraon, Kharwar, Gond, Tharu, Bedia, Ho, Mahali, Munda, and Lohara. The tribes of Bihar have a number of languages of their own. Most of the tribal languages fall into two categories, the Austric and the Dravidian. Mundari, Ho, Santali, Khariya, Birhori, etc., belong to the Austric family, while Kurik, the language of the Oraon, and Malto, the language of the Maler of Santal Parganas, belong to the Dravidian group. Mundari, Santali, Ho, and Oraon are well developed languages and have their own literatures also. For a long time, their folklore was communicated through the oral tradition, but they have now been written down, and fresh works are also appearing either in the Devanagari or in Roman script. Most of the tribes of Bihar reside in mud houses with thatched roof. The roofs are marked with baked tiles. Often these houses have provision for kitchen gardens that grows various items like vegetables and a space for their cattle that they have domesticated. Some of the tribes have sloppy dwellings. Some of them live in the leaf houses. Santal tribes are the best planned along with the different apartments for the old folks. Cultural embellishment of these tribes of Bihar is also exhibited by the celebration of festivals. The most important festival for the tribes of Bihar is Sahrul, which celebrates the blossoming of shal trees. Each and every tribal communities of Bihar celebrate this festival in the early days of springtime. Shal trees are worshipped in the sacred orchard. Different tribes have different ways of celebrating this festival. However, each one of these tribes of Bihar worships the spirit of the shal tree to try to find its blessings for a good harvest. Santal tribal culture is also being nicely reflected in the way they build their houses, in their food habits, etc. These Santhal tribes reside in airy houses with veranda both at the front and back sides. The houses are almost dirt free and the walls are usually adorned with a variety of artistic paintings in diverse colors. The food of the Santhal tribes is too exotic. The Santhal tribes have the habit of drinking alcohol, especially at the time of festivals and during celebrations of joyous socio religious ceremonies. Beer produced from rice is their conventional drink. These Santhal tribes make this drink at their individual houses. Quite often, these Santhal tribes also buy alcohol from the local vendors, which are known as mahua. Fair and festivals are also a part and parcel of the culture of the Santal tribal community. They celebrate festivals like Karama festival and Makar Sankranti on an elaborate manner. Dancing, singing, and drinking accompany several other socio religious ceremonies like birth, marriage, and even death. Let us now learn about the tribes in West Bengal state. These tribes in West Bengal are Santals, Orauns, Mundas, Bhumij, and Kora. The Lodhas, Mahalis, Bhutias, Bedias, and Savars are the remaining scheduled tribes. The rest of the scheduled tribes are very small in population. Many of these tribes of West Bengal have adapted to diverse religious practices. Among them, Hinduism, with its subdivision of various castes and native tribes, has filled three-fourths of the total tribal population of the West Bengal state. Apart from Hinduism, there are also followers of Islam. Most of the people of the tribal groups of West Bengal speak in Bengali. In fact, these tribes are quite proud of their enriched culture and language. Variant dialects are also equally popular amongst these tribes of West Bengal. They are, in general, confined to the rural belt of the state. However, a small portion of these population has now moved to the urban belt in search for employment and better lifestyle. Most of the people of the tribal groups have adopted the religious culture of Bengal. The tribal groups of this region worship some of the gods and goddesses. Durga Puja is one of the most major festivals of Hindus of West Bengal. The tribal groups also celebrate this festival with much cheerfulness. Some other festivals like Makar Sankranti, Kali Puja, etc., are feted in the whole of tribal society. They have their own tribal occasions and festivals too. The tribes of West Bengal are mostly farmers, but many of them are engaged in some other occupations like carpentry, weaving, hunting, fishing, etc. Rice is the staple food of the tribal people of Bengal, and sometimes they include fish, meat, chicken, and fowls in their diet. Some of the tribes are adept in art and craft, and their created items give evidence to the exclusive tribal arts. Tribes of West Bengal are famous all over the world for its proficiency in art and crafts. They are truly skilled in creating splendors to its outstanding works on carpentry, terracotta, drawings, and textile, earthenware, brass and copperware, needleworks, wall hanging, handlooms, fine muslin and silk cloths, wood statues, cane works, etc., are a couple of examples of handicrafts which have developed from the villages, households of these tribes of West Bengal. Maximum of these products embellish the cottage industry of the state and have been spine of the economy of the rural provinces of the West Bengal state. So learners, in this session I have discussed the tribal culture in central India. I have provided information on the culture of selected tribes in Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Orissa, Bihar and West Bengal. Thank you.